we've seen across the world a tremendous outpouring of grief following the passing of Queen Elizabeth. But unfortunately, as I said earlier, we are also seeing some pretty shocking scenes of those celebrating her passing. We'll speak shortly about the Republican movement in Australia and the Greens already using the Queen's death to further push their agendas. Even worse than that is this display from a fish and chip shop owner in Scotland who took to social media to show her delight in the Queen's death. You would think you'd think that irrespective of what you think of the monarchy or anything else, you just don't. That's not how you behave when somebody dies. Joining us now to discuss some of the more disturbing reactions from London is broadcaster and commentator Sophie Corcoran. Sophie, great to see you. We saw the fish and chip lady. You, there was kind of a backlash against her, apparently.
Yep, so I can confirm to you this evening she has once again had her windows smashed in. The night of the actual incident, she not only had her windows smashed in, she had eggs thrown at her business, she had stones thrown at her car and was effectively chased out of the village. And now this is in Scotland, and in Scotland, you know, there is a real group of sort of ardent anti-royalists. But there is also a group of real strong people that are committed to the Queen. I mean, don't forget, Balmoral is in Scotland. That is where the Queen passed away. So, again, really strong reaction. You know, you don't have to be a royalist to have basic manners. That's just...
Absolutely. Rita?
Well, but we saw this ugliness. I mean, imagine celebrating the death of a 96-year-old woman, a frail woman. But we saw this ugliness when Margaret Thatcher passed. I mean, what is it with these activists who allow their hatreds to, well, pretty much overwhelm their sense of decency? I mean, in what world did she think that was a good idea? I don't endorse anyone's windows being broken, of course, but... that's just incredible behaviour.
Yeah, so I think it's very common knowledge that Margaret Thatcher is my biggest inspiration. I actually have a custom-made blanket of the woman. In 2013, I would have been, maybe 11 years old, and I watched those scenes, and it was disgusting. And it is the same group of people that behave that way to Margaret Thatcher that are behaving that way towards the Queen. And it's the same group of people that are behaving that way that hide behind this message of be kind. I mean, they behave disgracefully. And I think this passing has shown specifically that socialists are very ugly, ugly people, genuinely. And I'm not going to sugarcoat it.
Well, we also saw in Ireland, I'll just play a bit of footage here. They're yelling out something about putting Lizzie in a box or something, some football crowds. Let's have a listen. I guess you're always going to have the rat bags, but Sophie, what has been the broader kind of response to both the passing of the Queen and, of course, the elevation of King Charles III?
Well, I actually went down to Buckingham Palace today, and there was a real mix of complete sadness and disbelief. I don't think anybody in our country really recognised how hard the passing of a woman who most of us have never, ever met and never even dreamed of meeting would be for our country. And I think, you know, it's particularly difficult at this time. Our country is essentially on its knees. We've got a brand new Prime Minister, and, you know, the Queen has overseen 15 prime ministers, wars, pandemics, great times of recession. And for us, she's always been our nation's biggest comfort blanket. So to now have such a difficult time with a real crisis looming ahead, for that flame that light that we look to have gone out is extremely difficult for our country. However, you know, we have a new era for Great Britain. We've got a new Prime Minister, a new monarch, and we are a strong country and we are a strong Commonwealth, and we will move together, and we will have to utter those words that haven't been heard in our country for over 70 years. God save the King.
Daisy.
Throwing to Meghan Grab?
Yep.
Well, just jumping sideways slightly, it was interesting to see Meghan and Harry out and about doing their walk around to mixed reaction. But there was an incident captured on camera of Meghan being horribly rude to one of the royal aides and dissing them. Can we just have a little look? She just does not learn, does she, Meghan Markle?
Sophie?
No, and you can see the reaction when she went out on the walkabout today. I watched one of the videos quite closely, and her reaction with the British public is incredibly, incredibly awkward. And I do not blame the British public at all, because, you know, she has, as we've seen with Jackie's chip shop, we do not have people disrespect our Queen. And that is what Meghan Markle has done. She has come here, she has disrespected our Queen, she has disrespected our country, and the British people are incredibly, incredibly justified to dislike this woman. And you can see that now. You know, people do not want Meghan Markle anywhere near these celebrations. And, you know, one of the biggest prayers that I'm saying right now is, please, for the love of Jesus, for the love of our country and our royal family, Harry, please don't release that memoir. That is the last thing we need as a country. But, you know, there have been, you know, times today where William has tried to come together with Harry, and they're doing that for the sake of the country. But I don't think the country are going to be very happy. And I've seen all of these Twitter warriors this weekend saying, oh, look at the way they're treating Meghan Markle, you know, because the Brits are racist. We don't dislike Meghan Markle because of her skin colour. We dislike her because she's trashed our country, she's trashed our royal family, and she's not a good person. That's why we don't like her. It's got nothing to do with her skin colour. And the British people are completely entitled and justified to feel that way about her.
Well said, well said.
Sophie Corcoran, always great. You never hide your thoughts under a blanket, a Margaret Thatcher blanket or any other blanket. Great to chat to you.